Hi, how are you going? Welcome with me, Redsky, here on another round of righteous readings where I give raw, righteous, real readings to you guys, my viewers. We are on the last sign of the August monthly. Thank you, Capricorn, for being so diligently patient and waiting so patiently for your sign to be read for the month of August. You are the last sign. I will be getting on to the A&R spread for the month next. That will be a very in-depth view for that monthly reading for August. So if you haven't checked it out before, and even if it's not something that you personally are affected by, I would strongly suggest you check it out, because there'll be some very strong messages in there. I feel that a lot of us need to hear for the month of August, not just those dealing with those particular issues. There's much to touch on that subject in August, so keep an eye out for it. I think there's a lot that we could all learn from that particular reading. So Capricorn, we are going to do your August May monthly. This will attain messages for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Mercury. My voice is still a little cracked out. It's still a little awful from the Screamfest I had last week when one of my children went missing. My voice has not recovered, unfortunately, from that episode, and I don't think it is going to anytime soon by the sounds of it. This may be Redsky's new voice almost. I'm hoping it's not, because I can't stand it. It's awful. It's very, very hard, and coming across the video, it comes across even more graded, and I don't like it, and I would really like my voice back now. But unfortunately, it seems that I've actually done some damage to my voice box. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be permanent, but it is quite damaged, actually, from screaming, believe it or not. I'm a pretty loud talker. Most of you know this. Generally speaking, I'm very fast and I'm a very loud person. On this particular occasion, I screamed to my best of ability for 12.5 minutes straight. Everyone in the northern suburbs of Adelaide could hear me on that Tuesday. Yeah. So it's going to take me a little while to mend this voice. It's kind of, I guess, good that I'm coming to the end of this round of readings, because at least some of them sound half normal. But unfortunately, Capricorn, this is something that I'm not going to be able to change, at least for now. And yes, I've been trying lots of the tea and the honey and all that sort of good stuff. I used to be a vocalist, so I'm very aware of how to maintain your voice. Unfortunately, I can't take back what I've already done to it, and that's the problem. This isn't something that can be... it's something that will fix itself, or it won't, unfortunately. It's one of those things. So... I won't be doing any singing anymore, because I can't do it. I've lost all my range and everything. I've ripped my whole upper octave of my voice box out, basically. I've lost about 8 out of 9 notes. So I actually have really damaged my voice box. That's what happens when your kid goes missing. You scream, people, you scream, okay? Well, I did. I screamed my loudest. I screamed my fucking loudest. But all's well that ends well, so that's the main thing. So let's find out what's coming in for August for Capricorn. I'll be doing a full Celtic cross of standard placements, which I will explain to you, and then I'll go back through and I will clarify each of these meanings. I do this to get more specific messages out of the generalized that we start with, so then you can work out whether this is a resonating reading for you, or whether this is one that really isn't really touching home, and it might just need to go back to the seconds box. But if that is the case, please do not feel disheartened, and come back and see me next month, because we are always touching on different storylines, as energy is always frequently changing, and the messages of high prevalence are the ones that usually come through that I'll read. Just because yours isn't the highest of prevalence today does not mean it won't be tomorrow. So always keep that in mind, okay, Capricorn? And again, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for being patient. And because of that lovely sentiment, I will be pulling additionals for you. So just make sure you stay tuned till the very, very end. Okay, very, very end. And don't skip off, otherwise you might miss that message which is exactly what you need to hear. Okay? Now, my kids are home today, but they are actually sleeping still at the moment. So if during the reading at some point you do hear some childish banter, it means they've just woken up. But I really do want to get a day of readings. There's only one little one up at the moment that's cruising around. He's a pretty quiet one. So let's check out Capricorn now with Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mercury placements for the month of August 2022. Please, spirits and guides. What's coming for the sign of Capricorn? We're doing a standard Celtic cross, standard placements. Please, spirit. For Capricorn, please. Mad shout out to Jocelyn. I hope you're doing well, hon. Also, I'm having a bit of an off day, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. Just been going through a lot of really difficult stuff lately. It's maybe all Capricorns are. I've been very much waiting myself for this reading because being a Capricorn rising myself. Well, we've got 2 kings here and 2 queens. Queen of Pentacles sits very highly perched there in the crowning of the reading. The King of Cups reverse sits at the base of the line of Spirit's advice. Then on top of him we have the Queen of Swords, and on top of her we have the King of Wands, all in a row with this Queen sitting here directly above, looking down upon these 3. Bottom of the deck, this shit don't lie. The 3 of Swords, heartbreak. Our underlying energy for this month is heartbreak, and I'm not talking about, some discomfort. I'm talking about real pain, kind of like what my voice is going through right now. Have you ever had a moment in time where you are so scared, where you are so fearsome, you are so scared that you don't know what to do? Cry, scream, call out. On the inside you feel like every part of you is breaking. It's being ripped apart. It feels like almost like you're dying. I've never really suffered from depression or that black hole syndrome that people talk a lot about. But we all do, to some degree, have these feelings. Capricorn, I got to say, I think you are feeling true pain. Not just like an anxiety, not just like a depression, not just like that black hole. Something so much more than that. Something so absorbing, so dark, and so painful and traumatistic pain. Do you feel like you're losing everything? Yourself, your control, everything. Let's go through the placements and we'll see what we can work out here. Okay, let's do it together. So your current energy, Capricorn, coming into August, coming into the reading, you're sporting a 10 of Swords. So again, this is complete, hey honey, this is complete pain, ruin, being backstabbed here. One knife will do, but this individual is taking 10. And that's like what you've done. That's this energy I'm feeling. It's not just taking 1 to the back, you've taken 10. It's overkill. It's too much. too much to bear, too much to... It's just too much. Your challenge for the month of August, the thing you're going to have to face and deal with for the month is judgment. It's time to atone for everything now. Your part, their part. It's time to let down raw and righteous. And it's time to repent. It's time to take ownership here of all of by which we have done up to this point. Every choice we have made, every road we have taken, and every person, place, or thing that we may have discarded along the way. It's time to own our choices. It's time to own that atonement. It's judgment. And it's your judgment now. I think it's time for you to be real with yourself. I don't feel like this is taking on other people's judgments. This is taking on your own. I feel like you have a standard. Have you been living to that? Or have you been holding others to an accountability that you have not been able to fulfill yourself? Or others laying judgment on you? Are you being unfairly treated? I don't feel as if this judgment is unfair though. I feel like this is real atonement for things that have happened. And it's the ownership that now needs to be taken for those actions. Crowning the whole reading, as I said, hanging above it all was that Queen of Pentacles. The homemaker, the doter, the one that likes to see it grow. The investment, the flourishing, the growth, and that all by which comes from it. The Queen of Pentacles is all about the home. She likes to make the home pretty. She likes to look good, feel good, smell good. She's into the finer things in life, but she puts a lot into what she does. Money, asset, home, material, attainable, and everything that goes around with that. Including herself. She likes to look very much the part. She looks rich. She likes the finer things, the best perfume, the most expensive makeup, the most designer dresses, and the Maserati car. She likes the good. She likes to look good, feel good, but most importantly, she's very good at what she does. She maintains a home flawlessly. She may have children that, she puts a lot of investment in. Anything to do with the home and family features and fixtures. She is all about that. She may even be a decorator or an interior designer. She may work from the home if she has any type of need to want to. But she does what she sees investment in. She doesn't listen to anyone else's shit. She's in control of the purse, of the home, of the money, and every piece of material crap that belongs in there, including people. She has it working like a well-oiled machine. She's flawless, absolutely flawless when it comes to these matters of the home. And her house is fucking flawless. If she wants to come visit me, she can. I need a cleaner. More cleaners. Root of the reading, the foundation of it all by what we are. Rooted to is the Nine of Cups reversed. Capricorn. This is realising there's been some mistakes and losses due to that fact. The Nine of Cups reversed is having a lot of vanity or conceitment. Something is standing in the way of success here. There is a sense of being blocked here. I really want to say that there is a consensus of just a lot of mistakes, which is brought in maybe some material losses, but there is a lot of imperfections here that we are openly seeing and maybe even admitting. I feel like this is in a direct link to that Judgment card as well. But there has been some misplaced trust, false freedoms, a lot of oppositions, a lot of differences. And the past energy, I feel also too does pick up on this quite strongly. Because the past energy is another nine, it's the Nine of Swords reverse. Nine of Swords, just Nine of Swords. Because this is some concerns or miscarriage here. There's a lot of anxiety over loved ones, despair, not sleeping well, rat and wheel syndrome, going over it in your head. Past energy was that of confusion. And it was that of real worry and anxiety and not getting the answers that you seeked, or finding the solidarity that I think that you needed to make yourself feel better at the time. Moving forward, now we have that Seven of Wands reverse for Capricorn. The Seven of Wands reverse says to me there is still more anxiety to be had, a lot of hesitancy, maybe even some embarrassment. But this hesitancy is causing a lot of losses. There's a lot of perplexities here. And I feel like you are losing the gains here against your combatants. The Seven of Wands reversed. You're not making the gains here. Your fear is controlling you, and it's making you come in under a loss. Advice from Spirit for the month for Capricorn of August is the King of Cups reverse. Spirit is warning that there may be some on your side, or you may be dealing with some sort of individual that may be a bit artistic temperament, someone that's a little bit double dealing, scandalous. They bring in a lot of loss, ruin, injustice. Someone that's very crafty, an individual that schemes a bit, but more importantly, they're a person without virtue. There's no line in the sand for them. So someone that doesn't really have much of a heart, I want to say, but they try to come across as if they are very suave. Outside view of you, Capricorn, not necessarily what's going on, it's just the outside view of you. They see the Queen of Swords. They see someone that is very razor-tongued, someone that's very analytical, someone that's very smart, that uses their mental facilities to really drive home at their ideals. Someone that will not put up with lying, someone that will not put up with dishonesty, and someone that has been through the pain of mourning, separation, privatization, that has lost a lot, lost it all, but still stands solid in her word, who still stands intuitively guided to move forward, even though she has lost a lot, or they have lost a lot, I should say, gender, not specific. The hopes and fears so far for Capricorn is that now that the second king, it is the King of Wands. Capricorn's hopes and fears. Wow, we do have a few, don't we, my darlings? The King of Wands is that of an honest individual. Generally married, but they're very mature, very wise, very devoted. They are very friendly and sympathetic, extremely well educated across the board. They're very invested in things they're passionate about. They have a lot of hobbies perhaps, but the things they do very well. They're all about the hands and crafting it from, wood, stone, or from natural, maybe minerals, or, something natural that they create into something beautiful. Very passionate though. The outcome for Capricorn is quite painful too. The Five of Cups. The outcome so far is that of some loss and regret, grief, the pain of the loss of it, being so overwhelmed with the regret that you feel that your life lacks meaning, that you start to question some really big things in life. Why am I here? Why has this happened? And really feel quite down. This is the month of reflection and retrospection and taking upon all that by which we have chosen, used, made our path up to this point, Capricorn. It's going to be a bit of pain through this realization, I feel, as you travel through August. But let's clarify, and we'll get another layer deep to find out exactly what's what. Clarify this Capricorn reading for August 2022, please, spirits and guides. Let's find out what's going on here for Capricorn, please. Clarify this Capricorn August 2022 reading with clear and precise clarification, please, Spirit. Capricorn. Alright. For Capricorn now, let's clarify. We start off with the current energy of the Ten of Swords. Okay. We're going to do that now, are we? Okay. Let's begin. The Star. Aquarius is major. The challenge for Capricorn. Wow, Spirit's got a lot to say to you guys. Queen of Pentacles and the High Priestess. Reverse, both reversed. Clarifies that judgment. Crowning the reading, we have that Queen of Pentacles. Let's clarify that Queen of Pentacles at the crowning of the reading for Capricorn. Queen of Pentacles. Let's clarify her. The Devil. Wonderful. Capricorn's Mages just come out. That whole subconscious. Okay. Root of the reading. Oh, what is that? Stuck to my card. Sorry. The Nine of Cups reversed. Let's clarify this root of the reading. Thank you. Judgment in reverse. I had a feeling that was going to come out. Past energy. The Nine of Swords. Let's clarify this past energy of the Nine of Swords for Capricorn. Six of Cups. Moving forward, we have that Seven of Wands reversed. That's Seven of Pentacles. Sevens. Plus, from Spirit, that King of Cups reversed with the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Outside view of Capricorn, we have that Queen of Swords. Let's clarify that Queen of Swords. Five of Swords reversed. Hopes of Fears, the King of Wands. Let's clarify that King of Wands. Capricorn's Hopes and Fears. Month of August. King of Wands, sorry, is clarified by King of Swords. Good Lord. The outcome, that Five of Cups. Why is this? Justice. On the deck, Hanged Man. Putting yourself in a state of suspension to know what sacrifice is really needed here, where it would best be spent. Because we don't want it to be for nothing anymore. We won't want to go through pain to just end up back where we started. We want to grow. Spiritually, physically, financially, but most important, mentally. We want to really learn from this so we don't repeat this, because I think this is something that you've battled with a long time, the way this keeps turning. I think that you've battled this a long time. And you just need to know where to go from here, how to change it, how to better manage it, how to truly accept it. Death stick time, then clarification, Cappy. Little Ryder's just decided to join me. You're like, you be quiet so I can do my read. He goes, yes. Lays down with this blankie. It's very cute. Twins may be hard work, but they're very cute too. To get to be able to be lucky enough to have that bliss times two. It's a pretty amazing thing. Your current energy though, Capricorn, let's get back into the reading. The Ten of Swords with this star. Aquarius is major. Capricorn, we are very much in the energy of being very pained, very ruined. But we are so hopeful. We haven't lost the will to wish and to hope for better, even if though that is not what we're faced with. We may actually be pained, laying bleeding out on the floor, but we are still hoping up to our last breath. Still wishing, believing, hoping, dreaming. That something will change this for us. That these swords will be released. And that we can really start in the energy of a new day, of a new dawn, and not repeat these things. Not to have to face these things no more. That they'll just be removed. And no longer be an issue or a pained thing for us anymore, especially in our mind. For some of you, I want to say that maybe you have suffered some sort of mental illness. Or you've just felt very mentally blocked or very mentally imprisoned or very mentally pained. Your challenge is much and many for this month. And I'm not going to play it down for you, Capricorn, because it's going to be one hell of a challenge if you're up for it. The Judgment with the Queen of Pentacles reversed with the High Priestess reversed. This is a massive, massive challenge for you. It's to atone. To take judgment on and to atone and repent and forgive for all that by which choices have been made, and to really hold true to that. Queen of Pentacles reverse is telling me though, don't go getting to a point where you may find Everything that is around you starts to become neglected. Responsibilities. You start to become distrustful, and you start to have fear of failure, where you actually bring in failure yourself. The High Priestess reverse is telling you also, do not follow other people's way of thinking or belief systems or ideals, because that will not ring true for you. That will make you make improper judgments. It will make you get off track. It will make you go down a place where you are not being intuitively guided by self, but you're being guided by other people on puppets of strings. Just to rely only and solely on yourself. Creating this ring. Queen of Pentacles with that devil. Devil is you, Capricorn. The daughter of the home. Prosperity and well-being with abundance is the Queen of Pentacles, with opulence, with great comfort, generosity, security. A rich person, but someone that's very generous and charitable still. But don't get caught up in the devil. Things that shackle and bind us, things that are bad for us. To be perfect sometimes is to make choices that aren't so good for us. To be the best runner, sometimes people will cheat. To be the skinniest, sometimes people will make themselves sick. Sometimes to be seen as the perfect individual can actually mean that you are shackled to some really bad shit. Capricorn, this is a real good warning for you. To be graceful, charitable, have dignity, be a rich, noble soul, without getting attached to anything that's bad, maleficent, that will shackle, bind you, or control you. You just want to do you, baby. The root of the ring, the foundation of it all, that 9 of Cups reversed with that now Judgment in reverse. Jeez, me's. This is huge, guys. Sorry about that. The root of the ring, the foundation, was that 9 of Cups reversed with the Judgment in reverse. This speaks massively to a lot of mistakes and a lot of loss, therefore, of maybe being a bit vanity-ish or conceited, but there is a real sense of mistakes, loss, and needing to accept. But I'm seeing that you're not. With Judgment in reverse, there is a lot of disappointment behind this and a lot of failure to face these facts. You may be a bit incisive, or you may be procrastinating a lot here to accept this, but there is a sense of theft or alienation of affections through outsiders. Past energy leaving now still prevalent, 9 of Swords, 6 of Cups, clarifying that. Anxiety, very much all up in your head, not sleeping well, very suspicious, worried about loved ones, worried about connections, and thinking, dreaming a lot about 6 of Cups, times well since past. Memory, images of nostalgia, past influences, things that have now vanished, childhood passing, faded images, memory long since past. Moving forward, however, we have that 7 of Wands reversed with the 7 of Pentacles. 7-7. 7 of Wands reversed is telling me we are not getting the gains here against our combatants. If anything, our combatants are overriding us and we're just getting drowned. Our wants and needs are going with it. But we are having enough time to look at the 7 of Pentacles, which is saying that we are assessing and looking very much at our monetary and materialistic wealth here and wondering if it's enough, if we've accrued enough up to this point in time. And I feel like you feel that you have not. In fact, you're very disappointed about this, I feel. You're very, 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 it's very distasteful to you. Spirit's advice for August, Cappy. We have that King of Cups reversed, clarified with the Wheel of Fortune reverse. This is an individual that has very much an artistic temperament, can be a bit moody, they're a bit scandalous, they bring in the ruin, injustice, they con people. And they just bring in a shit ton of bad odds. This is an individual you need to be very wary of. And I feel like this might be in the directness of that 3 of Swords, this judgment. What this all is playing to be talking about that you need to get over and get on with and have judgment from. I feel like it's this individual that Spirit is trying to warn you about. An individual that's very, very emotionally blasé, but scandalous, injustice. They always try to look for the quick, easy scheme, positive for them out of things. Only see their own side to it. Very arrogant. Outsider's view of you and your situation, Cappy, the Queen of Swords with the Five of Swords reversed. They see someone that's trying very hard to get beyond all the mourning and the privatisation, all the loss that they've gone through, and be analytically minded and to stand strong in their opinions. But they also see someone that is really losing the battle, someone that is getting pushed off the shores of the bank and actually getting dejected here. They see someone that's getting dejected and not getting their way, and constantly getting dejected. Now, the hopes and fears are two kings. Now, this is interesting. They're both upright too. King of Wands, King of Swords. Your hopes and fears are kind of, whoa, I've got to say. Had me very interested. Had me scratching my head a little bit going, whoa. King of Wands, an honest, conscientious person who's mature, wise, devoted, friendly. Be married sometimes. Doesn't have to be. The King of Swords is someone that's very active and determined, experienced, authoritative, very analytical, controlling, commanding. He's used a lot of force, he's very superior. He's got that superiority sort of way of going about things. And he has a lot of thoughts and ideas and designs, and this one's very passionate and very devoted. Your hopes and fears are to be foreseen for the best qualities and not foreseen for the underlying not so nice qualities that these two gentlemen bring in. These are two sides of the aspects of you. One side that is very controlled, analytical, needs things to be perfect, tied up in nice, neat little ribbons. And the other half, which is more of a King of Wands, which is more about the passion, the feeling of it, rather than the end result of it being perfected and analytically perfect to a degree. It's about feeling the perfection, not seeing it. The outcome for Cappy, Five of Cups, and Justice. Justice is Libra's major. This is grief, loss, sadness, loss, regret, being overcome with regret, melancholy. But knowing that justice will come through here and true justice will be served. Not the right thing. Not the right thing that you foresee. It's not the just thing. The just thing is the truly impartial. It is the truly what a third party would see as being just, not what either side of the fence sees. This is responsibleness, justice, proper balance. It is bringing in harmony and equality. It's bringing in righteousness and honour. It's bringing back the just reward and the eventual outcome, whether favourable or not, will be truly fair for all persons concerned. It's equilibrium. It's impartiality. It's justice is no longer blind. And we see that the grief and the regret you have. But justice sword will still swing nonetheless. And judgment will be served. What on earth is justice coming for? Put a lot of weight upon your shoulders. You are your own worst critic, Capricorn. With that brings so much pain and regret, so much that you must carry. It weighs you down. It's time for this eventual outcome to happen, for a result, for a deliberation. It's time to have honour and virtue in that fact. And it's time to put faith in justice. And allow her to swing her sword and to raise her gavel. And to allow this decision to be finalised now. So that this grief too shall pass. This too shall pass. The judgment will be served. Justice will be done. And you, my dear Capricorn, start anew and afresh finally. I think that's what's very much needed. Confidence. It takes courage to put your butt on the line and go for it. And the best way to strengthen your confidence is to put yourself out there. Who cares what other people think? Everybody starts somewhere, and don't worry about making mistakes. You can always course correct, but you'll never know or grow unless you try it. And the more you do, the more confident and successful you'll become. When you shine, we all are inspired to do the same. I feel that for you, Capricorn. I know I feel that for you. It's time to have the confidence and belief in yourself. That others having you. So I'm to see that. Notice the blessings. Gratitude puts us in a position of having instead of wanting, thanking rather than complaining. When we focus on what we already have, we take stock of our blessings. We get more blessings. What are you grateful for? Share it with yourself and others today. Bonus now for Capricorn. For Capricorn's August, additional messages for Capricorn August, please. Spirits and guides. Capricorn's additional messages, August. Capricorn's additional messages. All right. We had the anchor, the whip, star in the heart. Very polarizing. The anchor. Like ships being grounded at sea so they don't float away in the rough sea. The anchor grounds the ships. This is security. This is being anchored. This is not floating away. This is having enough security to hold yourself down amongst the storm. But there will be quarrels with the whip. You'll need to stay very grounded and solid. You'll need to anchor yourself throughout this time. There'll be a lot of arguments. There'll be a lot of like whipping. There'll be a lot of hard, real distastefulness through this period. But I see it won't be long-lived because then we have the heart and the star. The star is wish fulfillment, just like in the tarot. It talks about wishing and wishes coming in and being fulfilled. The heart is that of love and connection. I feel like someone that you have been very close with, someone that you may have even seen as your anchor, is someone that you're having real problems with at the moment. You're not seeing eye to eye. There's a lot of arguments. There's a lot of back and forth, and it's really quite hurtful. And you're wishing for things to change with this individual because you do love this person, or you do have deep sentiment to this person. You really care for this person greatly, deeply, truly to the core. But there is some sort of remorseful, resentful, bitterness here around this energy, and it's quite intoxicatingly thick, I want to say. It's making me feel a bit sick. So I'm trying to fiddle with things to keep my mind off it. Ugh. But it's getting to the point where it's toxic. You just want it to go back or change or be renewed. You may even be coming to the realization if this is the way it is, it's better off to not have this at all anymore. And that in itself is almost like a grief of a death on its own. For some reason the video has been starting to stuff up for a while, so I'm going to cut this very shortly, Capricorn. So I think I've said pretty much what I needed to say to you. Except for one more piece, I feel, Capricorn. Time with friends, moving on, happily single, living in the moment, having fun. There it is. Time with friends, moving on, happily single, living in the moment, having fun. I don't think I need to say anything else. I think Spirit said it all perfectly to you just then in that finale card. Capricorn, I do wholeheartedly and most sincerest of heart wish you actually the very best of luck. As I said, I'm a Capricorn rising, and I was very interested in this reading today, and some of it actually hit home for me. I think we're all facing some very big battles, demonic types that threaten our stability, our happiness, us. And if that is you and you are like me, let's rise up. August is going to be a bitch, man. Hey, who doesn't want to see a Capricorn in Leo energy go hard, righteous and raw? Ooh, I wish you guys the very best of luck, and wish me some too, because I think I'm going to bloody need it. And you are the last sign to be read. All 12 signs for the month of August are now complete. Get it read. Woo! Love round. I don't know how that's going to look, but I will do something for you. I think it's going to be a lot more minimal than what we've done in the past. And the A and R spread is coming. That's the next one I want to do. Hopefully I'll bang that baddie up today, and we can all maybe get some guidance in that area. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me, and Capricorn for being so patient. I do greatly appreciate it, my darlings. Thank you all. Please leave a like, share, comment if you feel so that you would like to reach out. I'm always happy to hear your comments. I love hearing your comments in the threads. And big hugs. And know that you're not alone. You're never really alone. And you are so much more than you think you are. You always have been.